Okay, everybody, here we go. It is me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Thursday, May 11th, 2023. This is my pre-market report. People, let's just maybe laugh or something. So we just got some more economic news. So producer prices came in higher than expected, and those costs, of course, are being passed on to you. Let me see. No one expected this one. No, nobody saw this one coming except you and I. You can't make this stuff up. It's an incredible thing, and I know I say that all the time, but you really can't. Try to, in your wildest imaginations, make up the kind of environment that we are in. It's just ridiculous. Again, inflation continues to rise. We continue to be lied to as well. Oh, it's going to get better at one point. No, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Much, much worse. But you see, they can't let you know the truth. Also, this bothers me a little bit. All right, what am I talking about? So we got this first-time unemployment claims for last week coming in much higher than expected. Now, do you recall? I don't remember which freak it was. Maybe you do. Maybe it was Mary Dolly or one of those other things that dwell in the halls of the Federal Reserve that said specifically, this person, whoever it was, one of those freaks, two, Lex Luthor was one that said it as well. I'm talking about Neos Kashkari, said that in order for inflation to come down, people need to lose their jobs. If you recall, if you were with me back then when we heard these things, I went crazy. I said, what about these freaks? How come they get to keep their jobs and they want everyone else to lose their jobs? Oh, that's fantastic and great. So believe me, right now, the Federal Reserve, they're giddy on this. They're trying to destroy the economy. They're trying to kill the middle class very successfully. I mean, the middle class is just, it's going extinct very, very, very rapidly. Not just here in the United States, but around the world. This is central banks working together collectively to fulfill an end game goal, to own it all, to be world control. You understand? I hope you do. So anyway, that's where we stand so far. So producer prices coming higher than expected. Those costs are being passed on to you. Imagine my shock. But inflation is getting better. How do you know it is? Well, because they're telling you it is. So it must be better because yesterday they said inflation was only at 5%. Are you kidding me? Really? I think it's... well, what would be... I'm not going to tell you my guess. What's your guess as to... We all shop, right? We buy things. Of course, they don't want you to talk about energy. And they don't want you to talk about food because you see rises in energy prices and food, those are just temporary. Like everything is transitory and it's temporary. So if you take those out, well then the number is just miraculously better. Make it up. Like I said, make it up. And of course we got these jobless claims coming in. So higher than expected, much higher than expected. The Bank of England raised rates 25 basis points. All right, this was to be expected. Now look, with regard to this central banks here, I don't know what the European Central Bank is going to do moving forward. They might pause as well because you know how it works. The Fed and the European Central Bank, even the Bank of England, they do things in lockstep here. So I believe, and I've been saying this, that the Fed is done raising rates for a while. All right. So there's going to be this pause. We're not. Remember, I'm saying this, okay? Because there's a lot of people saying the opposite. We're not going to get a rate cut in June or July because that's what a lot of people are saying and people writing to me about it. I mean, I check my email. Believe me. Oh, Greg, you're wrong. Why? Why do you, for those of you, all right, here's a question of the morning. Are you ready for it? For those of you out here that believe that we're going to get a rate cut come June or July, why? Do you not understand what's going on? Do you not realize that you have a target on your face and they're coming right after you? Okay, they're going to keep the pressure on, okay? They want jobs gone. They want the economy dead. They want the consumer crushed. Really, you think they're going to start cutting rates? I don't think so at all. Anyway, that's that whole thing over there. Now, on the back of yesterday's pretty intense drop in the entire yield curve, which remains incredibly inverted, upside down. We got another drop yet today. There's a couple things going on here this morning, all right? We got the entire yield curve dropping, all right? And we got a stronger dollar. It looks like the setup for a fear trade, okay? Right now, stock futures are lower. Nothing dramatic. Lower nonetheless, though. So let's see how this plays out today. And another reason why we're seeing this issue with the yield curve is if, in fact, you're like me and you're following what's going on here in the regional banks, which is not done, regional banks are getting smashed this morning yet again. Oh, but the problem was fixed. Ex-Jamie Dimon, the Wall Street Superbank CEO. Oh, yeah. And you go out there and you keep borrowing because that's what he said people should do. They should borrow and then borrow and then borrow some more. Oh, yeah. Oh, our economy is just, we're doing so well. Ask the brain dead president. Ask him, yeah. President Trump said something with regard to this debt ceiling that I found very interesting. Let's cover that real quick. So President Trump said that without the Democrats agreeing to cuts, we should default. You know what? I'm going to agree with that. A lot of you probably freak out. I'm talking about a debt default here. Our country is being destroyed from the inside. We understand what's going on here. And it's pretty evident to me and all of you that I think we're all on the same page, that this is being done on purpose, by design, and what you see now is just the opening act, people, for what's coming here down the pike. I got this light in my face, it's driving me crazy. Hold on one second. See if I can fix that real quick. I use natural light. I try to at least. Oh, now I got a thing across my eyeballs. Well, that's not that pretty. How about right there? I think I found the sweet spot. Anyway, people, that's the story this morning. It's, what would you expect in this kind of environment? What else is going on here? We got silver, unfortunately, getting hit pretty hard this morning, down 2%. Gold, flat. Bitcoin, cryptos under some pressure this morning as well. All right. Again, there may be a little bit of a fear trade going on. Yield curve coming down, relative strength of the dollar higher, but the MMRI came down. Although, please, stop paying attention to the number. The number. I'm going to leave the light on my eye. Forget the number. Okay, let's look at the color code. God, I hate this thing. A little dark in here, but oh well. So we are still in a high-risk zone, quite obviously. Check the MMRI link in the description of this video. Free to you, free to everybody. Okay. Just because that number has dropped does not mean we are out of a high-risk zone. But it looks like there's an enormous effort here to keep rates suppressed. And we'll see what they pull off here. This situation is only getting worse every single day with the market, the distortions which exist today. You all know that. But it's not going to change the damn thing. We're not going to stop doing what we've been doing, betting against the debt, becoming our own central bank here, people. What do you realistically, do you believe that, let's see, inflation is miraculously going to turn around, or that debts and deficits are going to stop ballooning, that life is going to just miraculously get better for you? No. The pressure is going to be kept on and on. And the deceptions and the distractions are going to go on and on. Again, just as a deceptive tactic. So what you're going to hear from the mainstream is producer prices actually fell. But the fact of the matter is producer prices went higher. Okay, how do we know that? Because again, strip out food and strip out energy prices, and of course everything looks prettier than it actually is. But you see, the reason why they try to fist feed you these dog shit numbers is they want you to believe that rising food prices is transitory. It's temporary. Energy prices rising is temporary. It's transitory. So the mainstream is going to sell you that lie that producer prices actually came down. No, producer prices went up because, you see, we all eat and we all use energy. Why they strip these things out is so they can paint a prettier picture for you. And they can lull you into some sense of whatever the freak they want you in. You understand? The media controls the minds of men and women, most of them. That's why you got these people out there all around you and I who have no clue at all, zero, as to what's really going on. They sit there and they just let it happen to them, whatever it might be. That's why there's no revolution, there's no revolt. I say it all the time, but there won't be. People will do what they're told to do, and that is take it, deal with it, and that's all. People have lost the ability to fight back, and it's just gone. That's the story, people. So stock futures, as I said, lower. And a possible fear trade going on. Let's see how this plays out today, all right? This guy here loves you a lot. People, please give me those thumbs up. This is so important. Share the video, get it out there, and comment the questions I asked. I really hope you could answer them for me as well. I want to hear your take on this. See you later, 1:05 p.m. Pacific time. See you later.